Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Anubhuti and I love to talk about everything beauty related. I love to do product reviews and I love getting you sort of my makeup collection. So I have been participating in a lot of project pans and I've been documenting them here on my YouTube channel since last year. Actually, I've been doing project pan for way longer, 2019. But yeah, I've been documenting them here since last year. So if you are interested in those kind of things, please make sure to subscribe before jumping into today's video. By the way, I'm filming after such a long time. I think after 3 months. Yeah, because my daughter will be 3 months in 30th of this month. So then, yes, I have not filmed for 3 months. So I will try my best and not to eat my words or stumble upon the words and try to figure out what I want to say. But yeah, let's try. I will try my best. So as you know from the title, today we are here with a two makeup looks kind of video, but in a different style. I'm not using two looks. I'm not doing two looks, one palette kind of video, but I'm creating two looks using a bunch of palettes. And I will share it with you in a minute. So it is a bingo of shame, as you know in the title. It is a monthly community collaboration that my dear friend DW from Duff's Beauty Diary here on YouTube, and also Andy from Makeup and the Mundane, they host every month. So every month they randomize a new palette. So new palette is chosen and everybody has to use that palette to create or dupe that palette. So it's just like open for interpretation. So either you have that palette, then you can use that palette, or you can dupe the vibes and create makeup looks using your randomized color story. So October's, I have done one of I have participated once before, but I have not posted here on YouTube because I did not have time to film, but I did post it on Instagram. It was for Huda's Wild Jaguar palette, and yeah, I saw DW's post, and then she was sharing that it is this month's October month's theme random selection was any or all mini Natasha Denona palettes, and I do own a bunch of Natasha Denona palettes. I love Natasha. That's probably my favorite formula. So yeah, I own a lot of Natasha Denona mini palettes. So then I said, yeah, why not? Let me participate in it. I will try my best. Otherwise, I can just post on Instagram. So that is the context of this video. So today we are doing bingo of shame using Natasha Denona mini palettes. And I will be creating two makeup looks because I own 10 of Natasha Denona mini palettes. I love them. I love mini palettes. They are so versatile. You can use them. I love the color story. So I don't own all of them, but I do own all the color stories that I relate to. So I own 10 palettes and I decided to randomize one shade from each palette. So that way I will have 10 shades, of course. So then it is not possible for me, at least, to use 10 shades in one look. So I've decided to use 5 and 5. So I've already done the randomization because I was not sure how much time I will get to film. Newborn, new mom life. So then I've already decided, I put all the names of my Natasha Denona palettes, Tiny Decisions app in a wheel. So then what I did, I randomized one eyeshadow palette and then I randomized the number from 1 to 5 because all Natasha Denona minis are 5 pans. So then, yeah, I chose 5 randomized palettes and then numbers, and then first 5 palettes I've decided to use for my left eye, and then second 5 eyeshadows I decided to use for my other eye. So 5 I will be using here, 5 I will be using here. Okay, so let's talk about the first 5 palettes that I randomized. The first palette was gold, and then from that the shade that was randomized was shade number 5, which is this green. So let me swatch the color story here for this hand. This is very beautiful. I love this. This is kind of golden green with green flecks in it. I love Natasha Denona formula. That's the first shade. The second palette was Star palette, and that is again my favorite. And then the shade that was randomized is also, I love it. Yeah, like day before yesterday we were talking on the group that DW was asking if somebody that does she hate the shade, and I love this shade. This is like cream to, I think, cream to powder, like DC Orion kind of cream shadow. So, and I love this. This is duochrome. It's just like, so this is the second shade. So this is the shade number 1 from the Star palette. Okay, let me make some room here. Then the third palette was Starlit, and that is comparatively new in my collection. I've not used it yet. And this is mini Starlit palette, and the shade that was randomized from this one is also shade number 1, which is this matte. So this is nude mauve shade, and let me swatch it. So this is perfect because this is kind of a mauvey shade, and I can use it in my crease. So that's the third shade. And then the fourth palette was Biba, and I do have some use on Biba. I bought it. It's not really one of my favorites, but yeah, I kind of love it. And then the shade that was randomized was shade number 3, which is this center shade, which is kind of a champagne gold. It's called Blaze Nude, and this is a metallic. So I was happy because then I can use it as an inner corner. I think I got lucky with the color story. So this is the fourth shade. And then last but not the least, retro palette. And then the shade that was randomized was shade number 4, which is this beautiful matte shade, which is kind of peachy toned, peachy or beige, vintage taupe, it's said, but I'm not sure. But then I also love the shade because this is kind of peachy shade, perfect for starter, like a transition shade. So this is the color story for this hand. That's the color story for this hand. I should have started. It shows, yeah, I am filming after a long time. Okay, so that's the color story for this hand. Now let's talk about the other hand. I just want to do the color story first, and then I will start and create the looks. So then for the second eye, the first palette that was randomized was Love. And then from this, the shade that was randomized was shade number 5, and that is this pink shade. Okay, that's kind of a duochrome. Love, it's called Love. By the way, I did Notepad left behind on this palette this year. So that's the first shade. Now the second shade was from Zendo, mini Zendo, and that is shade number 2, which is a matte again, which makes me happy. This is like the it's called Bare, and it is a Barely There matte shade, so perfect for starting kind of a transition shade, very light pink tone matte. So this is the shade. I'm not sure if you can see it. So that's the second shade. And the third shade that was randomized from the palette Nude, and that is the shade number 5, and that's the mini nude palette. And shade number 5 is this deep brown shade. This palette also is comparatively new, and this color story is going to be challenging, I think. That's the third shade. The fourth shade is from Pastel. And then the shade that is randomized is this gorgeous blue shade. I love this palette. I love the tones in it, and I'm super happy that I can challenge myself. So that's the fourth shade. And fifth shade is from My Dream Mini. And then the shade that is randomized is shade number 3, and that is this shade, center shade. So I really got lucky with the color story, I would say. I have inner corner shade, and then I have crease shade. So yeah, this is this beautiful champagne shade, not very vibrant, but perfect for inner corner. So these are the 2 color stories, one for this eye, one for this eye. I think I'm more excited about this one because these are like my tones. I would definitely create a look like this. This also is kind of my color story, but not something I would reach for, especially this brown feels out of the place. Pink with blue is the combination that I go for very often, but yeah, let's see what we can do with this. So without any further ado, I have done my base makeup already. So let's start with the eyes. I am going to keep my laptop in front of me just to refer the shades. And we have 2 mattes and 3 shimmers. So then that's also an even split. I love metallics. I am fine with having only 2 mattes. So yeah, let's start with this eye first and then we can go ahead. So first shade is I'm going to take from the shade Mini Retro, and that's Vintage Taupe, this peachy tone shade, and use it kind of as a base overall with a very big fluffy brush. And I do have my color switch with me, so I will clean my brush in between. I'm going to take the same shade on a fluffy brush, but a little bit denser brush, and just use it in the transition area. Now I'm going to move to the other matte in the palette, which is I think from Starlit palette, and that's the shade for shade, and that is Starlit, and that's kind of a mauve shade, a little bit deeper than the one which we used, and on the same brush, but I'm going to use this as a crease shade. So I'm just kind of patting it here and then gently bring it in the crease and build it the crease. I do notice that I have neutral undertones, so whatever shadows look, they do go darker on my eyes. I'm not sure why, but that's what happens. Okay, I think, and also I love Natasha's formula. Like, they practically blend themselves, the mattes. People do find the cream to powder formula a little bit tougher to work with, but though that is kind of one of my favorite formulas. But I also love the mattes she has. Like, they practically blend themselves. You see both of the mattes. Okay, so we are done with both the mattes. I'm not gonna do it on the lower lash line. I just prefer to usually go only with the metallic shades on the lower lash line, because it just does not mattes on lower eyelash, just a heavier lower lash line is not for me, something I don't like it on myself. So yeah, we're gonna skip that. So we are just going to work with what we have. Now coming to 3, I think this blue brown shade will go well with the mattes, and this will in the inner corner, and then this kind of khaki green I'm gonna use on my lower lash line. So let's take the Star palette. I am going to use my finger and apply the metallic shade, and then later I'm going to blend it, because this shade is such a pretty shade. I love it. A lot of people hate this shade, I know, but I absolutely love it because this is different. First of all, I love blue brown shade, and this brings the character, like, depending on what matte you're using, this shifts. This is kind of a shape shifter, you can say. So that's why I love it, and especially if you blend, it will blend with the mattes you used, and it will create like more and more. So as you can see, I am taking it up to the crease because I have hooded eyes and I do like my eyeshadow to show up a little bit, and I am going to use it all over my lid, including my outer V. We're gonna work with it. And I'm so happy that this shade got rolled in, because I understand why people hate the shade, but I absolutely love it. And then maybe I can showcase how. Okay, now I'm gonna take the blending brush, a little bit of patting in the shade, and then I'm going to pat a little bit here and then blend it. Now you will see it completely shifts. It doesn't disappear, it gets into the character. Yes, I'm going to build up a little bit more. Now I am happy. If you are not, I absolutely apply all the shimmers using my fingers. If you're not someone like that, you can always wet your brush and then use it, because I like the intensity it gives me. Okay, now for the inner corner, we have the shade from Biba, which is shade number 3, which is this beautiful shade. And then I'm going to take it on my pinky finger, apply it on my inner corner, and then bring a little bit in. Okay, again then a little bit star shade, and then blend it here. Okay, I am happy. I'm gonna take the final shade, which is from this mini gold, shade number 5, and I'm going to take it on a pencil brush, and I am going to apply it on my lower lash line. Okay. Love her formula. Okay, I think I like it. Now I'm going to take the shade from Star Palette once again and just take it on the same pencil brush and join a little bit on the upper side. Okay, I think I'm happy with how this looks. Now let's do the other eye, and in the end we'll do the liner and the mascara and the brows, and then we'll be back. So for the second eye, we have again 2 mattes. One is absolutely very light shade, and one is deep brown, and then we have pink and blue. So okay, I'm going to do is I'm going to stick with the blue on my lower lash line, and because I love a colorful lower lash line. So I'm going to do the blue on the lower lash line, and the rest of the 4 shades I'm going to use on my upper eyelid. Okay, so then same again. Let's start with the lightest shade, which is from my Zendo palette. That is the shade number 2, called Bear, and that's how it looks like. I'm going to take again the same big fluffy brush, use it to kind of set my eyelid, create a base, and then I have started doing this, that whatever I plan to use, kind of, if it is a lighter shade, I like to use it all over my lid before building it up, because then it gives kind of a seamless finish, and it helps me build up. Now I'm going to take a less fluffy brush and kind of apply it in the as a kind of a transition shade. Then we have the second shade, which is from the nude palette, and that's the second matte we have, which is this deep kind of chocolatey brown. It's called Soil, and I'm going to take it on the same brush, but it kind of back it first. That's how I think they work the best. First back it, and then you can blend it. This is the first time I'm using this palette. I'm not someone who is attracted for the neutral tones a lot. I like colorful looks, but not over the colorful looks, but I do prefer cool toned. So that's kind of doesn't attract me. Okay, I think we are happy with the blend. I do want it to be a little bit darker, because, and also I'm bringing it a little bit on my lid, because I do want that kind of to deepen that pink. Okay, now we're going to take the pink shade and apply it all over the lid. Okay, it is kind of a pink to golden, slightly duochrome shade. And also I love how contrast the color stories are. I love the contrast in both of the color stories. Okay, and I also love to take the shimmer all over my lid. I don't, if there is like only matte in the outer corner and then shimmer in the front, I just no, it feels incomplete to me. I know many people love to do that, but just not me. I don't prefer it on myself, so okay, I think I'm happy. Now I'm going to take the same blending brush we used without any product, and then whatever is leftover product, I'm just going to press it on my lower lid just to give it a little bit deepening effect. Okay, I think I'm happy. Now let's take the inner corner shade, which is from my Dream palette. And that's the shade number 3, which is called Passionate, and that's the kind of cool tone champagne shade. And then wow, that did. And I'm also pushing it a little bit in the third of the eye. Okay, again going to take the pink shade and then blend it a little bit more. Okay, now I think I'm happy with the placement of the colors. And now the final touch is this blue from pastel palette, and then I'm going to take it again on the eyeliner brush, kind of an angled brush, and then apply it on my lower lash line. And wow, that is kind of, look, maybe I should have gone for the blue on the lid. Maybe next time. I like the shade a lot. I have used it before, mostly as a liner shade. Okay, I think I like it. Let me apply some kajal, mascara, and brows, and then I will be back. Okay, so I'm back with the liner, mascara, and also with my brows on. I did put a little bit of lipstick to match both the looks. And yeah, so this is the finished look. Let me give you a close-up of both the eyes. Once again, this is a bingo of shame using all Natasha Denona mini palettes, and these are my color stories. These are 5 shades from 5 different palettes, and these are 5 different shades from 5 different palettes, 1 shade from each palette. These are completely randomized, and this is the color story basically I got lucky, I will say. I had 2 mattes and 3 shimmers for this one, including my inner corner shade. So this is of course a beautiful color story, and again I got lucky for this as well. 2 mattes, 3 shimmers, and of course 1 is kind of inner corner shade. So super happy about the color story I got. And these are the looks that I came up with. And let me okay, I don't have the zoom because I film on my phone, so let me move a little bit closer and give you a little bit closer look of my eyes. And this is the other eye. So yeah, I'm absolutely happy. I loved both the looks. I love both the looks. I got both of these looks. I would anyways wear in a day. I have actually done these kind of looks before. You might check it out on my Instagram. This is where that is where I share my makeup looks. But yeah, I have done already these kind of looks, so then it was pretty easy to create a color story. But it is so fun because of the randomization aspect. You'd never know what color story you're gonna get, but these are two color stories I came up with, and then I absolutely love both the looks I created. Please check out all the collaborators that are participating in this project. I will link everything down in the description box below, including DW Dubs Beauty Diary and Makeup and Mundane's YouTube channel, who are the creator of this project, kind of a collaboration. So then I hope to see you next time. Till then, have a good day, good night, depending on wherever you are. And yes, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. See you later. Bye.